All living things with cranial nerves have a function to protect their own lives, and when they sense danger, fear, or tension, sympathetic nervous activity becomes dominant and they perform an escape performance. This is true whether it is a lower organism with a simple nervous system, or a higher organism with complex neural circuits like humans. The command to flee is a natural function of the brain. However, what happens if the command to flee overlaps with a situation where fleeing is not permitted, causing confusion? The actions and thoughts that should be taken at that time become confused, and it goes without saying that the required performance cannot be performed. This was something that the samurai abhorred. However, this is a question of brain structure. The human brain is structured such that the neocortex, which controls language functions, logical thinking, analytical abilities, etc., and proves to be the cutting edge of evolution, is layered on top of the limbic system, which controls emotions, instinctive behavior, and autonomic nerve regulation. In other words, the elements that evaluate humans as humans are found in the neocortex, while the elements that look down on humans as a type of animal are found in the limbic system. The dynamics of brain function are dominated by the lower layers, and therefore the activity of the neocortex, which is the reason humans are called primates, is overtaken by the limbic system, which is located at a lower level. This structure is also the reason why we cannot consciously stop our heart. So the samurai found value in controlling one's own mind with thought. Humans have animalistic aspects, such as desires, selfishness, and self-centered thoughts, but on the other hand, they also have a sublime spirituality that is thought to be the realm of the gods. Naturally, at the time, no one knew that this mechanism was in the brain, but looking at it now, with the advances in science, we can see that the samurai used the power of their mind to control the conflict between the limbic system, which controls instinctive behavior, and the neocortex, which, although weak and unstable, expresses the human nature and is said to be the most evolved system of the brain. Tozenman said that humans can become gods. In other words, the closer humans are to God, the more developed their cerebral neocortex is. People who are emotional, instinctive, and commit crimes indiscriminately are limbic system dominant. Therefore, if we look at the structure of the brain and analyze human psychology, we find that when a person encounters a frightening or stressful situation, they should normally calmly and logically analyze the situation, adapt to it, and perform at their best. But the inferior parts of the brain take precedence, causing them to lose their composure, their muscles to stiffen, and their performance to decline. Let's take a look at a boy who loves baseball. He swings the bat, throws the ball, and endures rigorous training every day to become the best batter on his team and the pitcher who throws the fastest ball. However, that is only during practice. When it comes to games, he is unable to perform as well as he could. He almost always fails in important situations. His concern is how he can perform in games as well as he did in practice. The frustration of being nervous or losing your cool head to the fear of failure can appear in exams, when speaking in public, during big business negotiations, and in romantic relationships. But these are all structural problems in the brain and are the fundamental psychology of animals trying to protect themselves. This is also the reason why people who only expect the worst and are unable to do anything about it fail to succeed. However, the samurai generally despised these structural factors that, as human beings, they could not resist. Over the course of more than 1,000 years, it had been proven that a frightened samurai was weak. What should I do then? The answer is to gain self-confidence through training, to be prepared to die at any time, to be firmly convinced that living a weak life is shameful, to be careful about words and actions that protect oneself, to not be attached, to not desire more than necessary, to sacrifice oneself for the happiness of others, to serve one's parents and master, to cherish children and the elderly, to always learn, and to think about what is true. Therefore, the strength of a samurai has also come to be expressed as kindness. When eating, Japanese people wait for older people to start eating before they start. When riding the train, Japanese people wait until no one has gotten off, and then board in order of those who were in line first. They strictly follow the order of precedence when buying tickets, when a restaurant is crowded, and when waiting in line at the cash register. Even when merging into congested roads, Japanese people allow each car to pass in order, and those who have moved into their lane show their gratitude by turning on their hazard lights. They are happy to offer advice to those in trouble. They think about what they can do to help those who need help. These characteristics are samurai etiquette that is ingrained in the Japanese genes. When we encounter situations where it would be embarrassing to put ourselves first, we can develop the habit of thinking from the neocortex and suppressing the limbic system, which will bring us closer to God. To draw closer to God is to improve one's humanity. Strengthen your mind, objectively grasp the animal instincts within yourself, and suppress them. This is the basis of the samurai and the ideal of humanity.